book lovers, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a mid-year book tag. I love filming these videos. I love answering these questions. I just love to talk about books, and it's another excuse for me to ramble on and on and on about my favorite books. So we're just gonna get right on into it. The first question is the best book you've read so far in 2025, and y'all, it would have to be Releasing 10 by Chloe Walsh. This book absolutely destroyed me. It shattered me. It healed me, but at the same time though, like I don't know. I have an unhealthy attachment to this series, and yeah. Lizzie is so Joey coded, and y'all know I love Joey Lynch, so y'all should know that I now love Lizzie by association. And Huey, he is just the sweetest ever. So yeah, this book is definitely my favorite so far this year. I have not been able to stop thinking about it. I think I finished this a week ago. No, but for real, I think I finished this a week ago, and I still have not been able to stop thinking about it. And I'm ready for the next one. I'm patiently waiting, but I am waiting. I am ready. Whenever she's ready, I'm ready to read it. So yeah, this is my favorite so far. To counter that, the next question is the worst book you've read so far in 2025, and it would have to be Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I don't know if I talked about this book in a video or not. I feel like I have, but I read that book in just one day, one sitting, and it wasn't not one sitting. I read it in one day just because I was trying to finish it and see if it would get better, and it didn't. And I don't know if thrillers just aren't for me. I end up guessing most of the plot 90% of the time, and it just is boring. And so yeah, that book was not my favorite. I ended up giving it like 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't love it at all, but a lot of people love it, so it was just like, it is what it is. The next question is the best sequel you've read so far this year. And y'all, it was hard to choose because I read a lot of books, like a lot of sequels, I guess. I don't even know, not really. I read sequels to books that I really love, but I'm trying not to do repeats in this video. So every single question I'm trying to choose a different book and not re-mention books unless I have to. So nonetheless, my favorite, I would say, is Capri 3. I loved this series. I just feel like the moment we met Capri in Capone's book, I was like, I'm going to love her books because I relate to her so much, and I ended up loving her books. And this book was fantastic. It was amazing. It was spectacular. It was everything I could ever hope for in a book. And yes, I'm gonna say that this was the best sequel. So the next question is the worst sequel you've read so far in 2025, and I'd have to say it would be A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. It's the 3rd book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. Y'all, the first book I gave, I believe, 4 out of 5 stars, and then the second book was a 4.75 out of 5, so it was almost a 5-star. The 3rd book, I believe I gave 3 stars because it fell flat. It fell flat for me. You can't build up the hype like that in the second book and then let me down the way you did in the 3rd one. But nonetheless, it still wasn't a bad book, clearly, because I rated it 3 stars, but it just wasn't my favorite in the series. Question is a new release you haven't read yet but want to. I'm kind of cheating on this one because I just started the book, but I'm going to say The Night in the Moth by Rachel Gillick. This is her this is her newest fantasy novel. It's a new adult fantasy novel, and we'll see if I like it or not, but I'm glad I'm finally starting it because it came out this year. I think it just came out either June or in May. I don't remember, but it just came out. Another new release that I have, well, an actual new release that I haven't read yet that I want to is commentsᥫ 3, because I'm waiting, y'all. I'm waiting. I've been avoiding spoilers. I think after I finish the book that I'm reading now, I will read that one. The next question is my most anticipated release for the second half of 2025, and I believe it's going to be no other than Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings, because y'all, after reading Magnolia Parks and then reading The Conditions of Will, I'm just really excited. Any scrap of work that I can get from her, I will take it. So that's what I'm excited for. So the next question is the biggest surprise of the year, and I really have to give that one to Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, because I read Fourth Wing, loved it, ate it up. I think I gave it like 4.5 stars. Iron Flame, didn't love it. I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't horrible, but I didn't love it. This one though, 4.75. 4.75, y'all. Zayden Ryerson, the man that he is, I couldn't stop thinking about no fictional man, no men compared to the book men, and like it's so sad, but no fictional men were comparing to him. I could not get him out my head, y'all. Zayden Ryerson. I didn't know what to expect picking this book up, but I was pleasantly surprised. So biggest surprise of the year would definitely be Onyx Storm. So the next question is favorite new author, and I have to rewind it back to Jaquel J. I have now read 14 books by her, which is insane, but I have, and I loved, like, I guess you could say 90% of them. So baby, a win is a win. She is definitely on my list of favorite authors now, and yeah, I'm just like very surprised. I'm not surprised, I'm very glad that I found her and that I read her books because they eat and I love them. So the next question is newest fictional crush, and I think I'm gonna do one because I need to spare myself. I can't be saying all these men, you know what I mean? Like I have to keep it cutesy, so we're just gonna choose one fictional crush, and I'm gonna have to say Smoke from Demon's Dream. And if you read this book, I think all I need to say is come here and you're gonna know what I mean. So yeah, that's all I need to say. But Smoke, the man that he is, yeah, he's my newest fictional crush. The next question is book that made you cry. Like I said, I'm trying not to repeat books, but if I was choosing the book that made me cry the most, it would have to be Releasing 10. But we're not doing repeats. I kind of cheated, but we're not. But if I can't choose that one, I'm definitely gonna say May Luna by Kelly McNeil. I was bawling, baby, bawling my eyes out. I thought about these characters for a couple days after I finished this book, like bawled my eyes out. It was just, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But it definitely made me cry. I feel like if you read this book, you will have a maybe 75%. I don't know. Some people don't like this book and they don't like the ending, so I don't know what to tell you, but I bawled my eyes out reading this book. The next question is book that made you happy, and I have two. The first one is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. This book was just so summery and so cute, and so it just had me like giggling, kicking my feet, and I really enjoyed it, honestly. Like I had a good time reading this book. It just made me happy, so she's on the list. And the cover eats. It's so pretty. And then I'd have to say Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I love Kennedy Ryan. This is the third book in the Skyland series, and it's the last one, so I won't get any more of these characters, but I was really happy to see the characters in this book, to see Yasmin and Soledad and Hendrix, and to see how her story ended was so exciting. So yeah, this book definitely has some heavy topics, so I'm not saying this is just like giddy go lucky, but it made me happy reading the book. The next question is the most beautiful book you bought this year, and I gotta say it's definitely The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. Look at the cover, y'all. Look at the spine. Now look at the back. Isn't it beautiful? Like her covers are always just stunning. Her covers are always stunning. And then it has frayed edges. I didn't even know that I liked this until I read a book with it. I don't want every book like this, but it just fits for this book. So, and I also love the little like pocket sleeve. I was using it as a bookmark for the first couple pages and then the last couple pages as well. But yeah, this book is absolutely stunning, and she takes the cake. The last and final question for this tag is what books do you need to read before the year is over? And in terms of physical books, I definitely want to read the books on my physical TBR, hopefully before this year is over. But specifically Some Kind of Perfect by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the 10th and final book in the Addicted Calloway Sisters series. And I've read all the other books. This is just the ending. This is their last hurrah. And I just want to finish it. I want to have it done. I want to be able to say goodbye to the characters. And yeah, but she's a thick one. This one's like 800 pages, I think, which is crazy. Yeah, it's over 800 pages. Oh wait, no, that's a snippet, is it? I don't even know. But this is about 800 pages of book. So definitely we'll get to it eventually, but I'm hoping before the year's over that I will get to this. I don't think there's anything else that I'm like really itching for. Like I have been in a bit of a slump, so I'm not really super excited about anything crazy. If Chloe Wash decides to drop the next book in the Boys of Tommen series, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain at all. That would be on the list, but she has not announced anything, so I'm not even gonna speak on it. I'm not gonna pressure her. There's no pressure, but if you want to, by all means, drop it. Anyway, yeah, I don't really have anything else that I'm like, ooh, I really need to read this before the year is over. I do know I want to get into some dark academia towards the fall time, but that's it. I'm not really feeling anything crazy. So that's it for today's video. I just answered all the questions in the mid-year book tag. Let me know what your answers are to these questions in the comments down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.